What do you guys think the 0 to 60 will be with this wheel and tyre package on this LS3 90? Hi guys, I'm Dave, for those of you that don't know me, and welcome to the Maker Workshop. This is Project Cagney and an update of what we've done this week. So this has got the Maker Aesthetics front end that you saw in the last video, and just to clarify, most Maker builds leave with this front end for the guy that wanted to be picky and pick me out on that one. I like this front end, and I do talk my clients into having it because I like all of my builds to look the same and have the similar front end. So what we've done this week, we've done Maker billet window blocks. We've gone with the Maker hinges, Optimil billet mirror arms, Maker billet handles. Louis spent the morning getting these doors aligned and perfectly closing. If you come around here, we've gone through the brakes this week. They're bled up and things like that. Under here, we've got the Maker Titan sills, and below there, you'll wonder what these brackets are. So these are going to be our new folding steps. We've teamed up with a company in America for some really good quality, no Chinese rubbish here. So they're going to be electric folding steps. As soon as you open the door, the step will drop down. So tune in for that next week. So Project Cagney, we have a big dilemma. So just called the owner, and we were going to fit this exo cage. So the idea behind Cagney was meant to be a posh rodent. For those of you that don't know rodent, we can drop a picture here. Me and James banged our heads together, and he was like, do we fit it, do we not? But after seeing the side profile now, we think it just doesn't work. It doesn't work with the canvas. What do you guys think? So we've decided to pull it off. We're not going to fit it. As we're no longer fitting this is a 110 county station wagon Puma full exo roll cage. This is now available, guys. So if anybody would like this fitted, please get in touch, because it's no longer going on Cagney. It's brand new, it's literally been mocked up, and I don't want to put it back in the box. So can someone please come forward and buy it? I will do you a good deal. So that is available.
What's this, Dave?
So, Project Little Hilda, which is the ultimate Overland car that's probably going to be the best Overland Defender in the world, that's currently at Bear Tough having the full inside install being done. John said to me, he said, Dave, I've got a very heavy drone, I think it's 40 plus kilos, and he needs to lug fuel cells on top of his Dodge Ram that lives in Australia. And you know what it's like, you're out in the middle of nowhere and you want to minimise risk, injury, so you don't want to be, you know, most strong men can pick a 20 litre jerry can up, but then you've got to get it from here to on the roof, the chance of it falling, the chance of it getting damaged, etc. So anything heavy, he said to me, Dave, can you come up with a crane? So I sat down with Dave, my CAD designer, and he came up with this amazing bit of kit. And just check this out. So we've got a reduction winch here, but this is so easy, look. I think my missus would absolutely do this with ease. So nice lightweight, and the best bit is, so you pivot over the side of the car. This is to live on the, obviously, the left-hand side of the vehicle. This will be secured to the aluminium roof rack. So it's all made out of aluminium. We've got a T45 steel tube inside here to basically allow frictional forces to turn left to right. We were going to put a wheel bearing in there, but there's no need to make it complicated or heavy. Obviously in the overlanding world, the idea is to make things light. So as you can see now, this is just sat on the floor. So I think we've pretty much nailed it. So check that out. We've got just enough rope. So imagine this is on the roof of the vehicle and we're lowering it off the side down to the floor. You could probably use a nut gun to run this, or a drill or something similar if you don't fancy your winding. So what we've made here, this is the cradle that will carry the crane. So nice lightweight. I want to say 10 kilos. And then this will live in here like so. So this will go on the roof. Obviously two bungee traps, job done. There you have it, Overland roof crane. So Project Series 3, which is the client has called Series Margo, or project name Margo. So this week we have installed the bulkhead, engine and gearbox has gone in. Tom at Winchester Gears has made a fantastic job of this series. Gearbox with overdrive, so there's a lot of work in there. Tom really didn't want me to have this gearbox back in here because he said they're just, I think his word was rubbish. He wanted me to put a TD5 R380 Stumpy in there. What I didn't want to do is go away too much from the series. I want to try and keep this one original. We've gone with the upgrades on the engine. It's now an overbore. It's a 2.5 litre with the SU carb kit. So this engine was built by ACR in Chester. They made a cracking job, dynoed it for us, set all the carb up and everything. So we've literally got to wire it up, plumb it up, and drive, hopefully. So the front end here, recently imported these series arches. I'm not too happy with the quality. They've come from Turkey, but unfortunately, people wanted stupid amounts of money for a set of original ones that were partially rotten. So we've given these a go, and if you look on here, there's a couple of areas that require reworking that we're going to do ourselves and make them good, make them up to our standard, and then they'll be heading to the paint shop. Bruno, I bought you a toolbox.
What?
Where's that the toolbox gone?
Do what?
Where's that the toolbox gone, the Sonic one?
There.
Oh, you've already put shit on it?
Yeah.
This one here, Bruno?
The one covered in shit?
No, this one.
Come and have a look.
This one. It's been in next door for like weeks. Not tell you?
No.
Oh.
I just pulled them out of that one and got a little setup on the go.
Look, this is Bruno's makeshift toolbox.
So this is how Bruno has been living his life.
Yeah, so if you speak to my friend Toby at Ice Cold Tools, he will hook anybody up with a Sonic toolbox. And we love those boxes, so they work for us and they're a good height. So, this is Black Panzer. This 110 is owned by a client of ours called Rob, and Rob's been a client of ours for, I want to say 5 years. He's had those SMC wheels that are covered in dust. He had those and some, let's say, aesthetic upgrades off me. And he's always been saying, I will come for a BM, I will come for a BM. He called me about 2 months ago and said, Dave, the Puma has finally died. So I was glad because I got to say, I told you so. And he's now come in for a BMW 8-speed. So we're going to go BMW 204 horsepower with an 8 HP auto. So something we haven't done yet. So he's getting the first guinea pig, if you like. So I said, the first thing we need to do is make this chassis like new again. So came into Bruno's Beach and check this out. So part of our chassis treatment process, if you wish to add it on as an extra, is Super Pro bushes, stainless steel washers, heavy duty arms, and these are my Bilstein 7005s. These are available on our website. This has been the most popular shock of 2024. I've probably sold over 50 sets and they just work. So these are a combination between the Fox 2.0 and the 2.65. I like them because they take a pounding off-road and they're also very comfortable on the road. I've had lots of amazing feedback on these shocks. Everyone that's fitted them and the black advanced steering dampener, you can't beat good feedback, can you? So from the horse's mouth, I like them and so do my clients. And if you look in here, this is the kind of finish that we're achieving. And it's not, look, there's none of this horrible greasy wax oil. You can rub your hand anywhere you want. Look, there's nothing. So Bruno's made a cracking job, and this car has had a new cross member because the last one, if you look in this next photo I'm going to show you, it was absolutely rotten. So where the NAS step had been, the debris and the rust and everything had literally been trapped in between, and it was a right mess. So it's now finished our satin undercoating primer, and then it's been coated in the overcoat, which is like a stone chip material.
What have we made here, Dave?
So this is an LED light mount. So Jason owns this car, is having a fiberglass pod that goes in the back and over the top of the cab. So he had to lose his roof rack and he wanted to use his original light bars, so laser side lights and his 42-inch front light. So he tasked me to come up with an idea, so this is what we've come up with. We will be making these for single cabs, 90s, 110s. This one will fit 90s and 110s, but not single cabs. If you notice, this is designed for this double cab, so it's extra long, but we will be doing them for every range. So if you like this and you don't want to do any drilling, it's simply clamp on, all made out of aluminium, super light. We can offer extras like side lights for down lighting in on the floor. You could even get away with probably putting work lights pointing backwards, etc. So if you look at the front, I guess it also doubles up as like a sun visor, you could say. So this is inside the King cab. I don't think we featured what's inside here, but to give you an idea, I'm 6'4", I've got long legs, big frame, and we've come up with the idea of extending the cab. Jason and his partner wanted room for the dog, and we've given abundances of space in here, to the point of where Jason can semi-recline in here. So I think we've ticked that box, and if you look up, this headliner was stressful to say the least. So we made this as one, we made it absolutely beautiful, and when we went to install it, we found out that where the trim sits into the back of the cab that we've extended doesn't click in like it usually did. So we've had to make this spacer plate out of folded aluminium, and then we formed the corners to match the roof. And I'm really happy with it, how it's turned out. So I hope you guys like it as much as I lost hair doing it. But the car's literally in its finishing stages now. We've literally got 100 miles on the car over the last couple of days, and finding some niggles. We've had a noisy transfer case that'll be going back and getting rebuilt. But this one, it's all about running in miles, you know. It's things will show their head, or we'll get little rattles and bangs and bolts loose, etc. So we're doing the shake-in miles, finding what we can before it goes back to its client. So you could be a Defender owner for just £30. This car is going live this week on Raffle. There will be a link in my bio and on my stories, so don't be afraid to get a ticket bought and you can win this Defender 90. So here's a car that we converted, I want to say about 3 years ago, it feels like now. I think it was 3 years ago. This is an M57N with a 6 HP behind it. This is the twin turbo. So client wanted superior power, bags of torque, so that's what we gave him. We bought an engine in, fully reconditioned it for him, and this is what we came up with. I want to say it's the ultimate gentleman's machine. So sit back, cruises, and we built this for a Shropshire-based firm that we're proud about supporting, and he uses it daily. I think he's racked up nearly 25,000 miles on it. Really proud of this machine. And it's coming today for a service, a check over, and I think he managed to snap a shock mount. So we fixed that for him, and he's back on the road today. So this project is LS3 Why Not. So Andy, who owns this car, approached me, I want to say about 6 months ago, and said, Dave, he said, why not? So he found the number plate, which is pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. And this is what we've done. The lads have made a fantastic job of this. And what I love about my team is that, like myself, they pride themselves on going that extra mile. Like if you look at the air conditioning pipe, so when we tweak them, we try and make them run in a better line, you know, obviously to work around things. And Pete's done a fantastic job of the hard pipes on this. If you look down here, that's how we do our hard pipes. And what I love about this is that there's a lot of companies out there now that have clicked on to do it properly, and they're now using hard pipes, which is a great thing. So what's next for LS3 Why Not? So the next stage for this one is tuning. So next week I'll be tapping into Paul at Wartech, and he will be doing some remote tuning. We have literally got one hell of a map for this engine. So every car has a custom tune because not engine is identical. Sometimes we get ones that feel stronger than others, some we get ones that feel weaker than others. So we always like to do live diagnostics, monitor these for a good 300 miles, make sure everything is cooling, make sure everything is running right, make sure lambdas are reading correctly. We want the air and fuel ratio to just be perfect, and also we're going to map the 6-speed automatic gearbox for crisp shifts and sport mode most of all, which is probably the most funnest bit about this engine. If you want to go to the back now, I'll fire it up for you. So Andy wanted to go with something different on this setup, so we gave him a left-hand dual exit. Obviously the rear end will be symmetrical. We've got a finishing plate that goes on the right hand side and 2 nice mud flaps that drop down, but who doesn't love a V8? And if you look under there, that is my monstrous oversized fuel tank, because Andy doesn't want to be living at the fuel station. That will blend in once the NAS step is on and the tow bar frames are on, etc. So don't be alarmed if you feel like it's sticking out at you right now. And that's finishing our lovely crinkle coat that is really arduous to stone chips, etc. and wear and tear. I'll give it a blip. So some of you will be asking, why are we raffling this vehicle? So a lot of people reach out to me, people that are like 18 to like 30 years old, and they keep saying, Dave, I'll never get insured on an LS Defender or one with the 330D engine because it's modified. The only modifications is a remap, exhaust and intercooler. This will get insured on an NFU policy. The vehicle is worth, I want to say, around £50,000. If you were to add the upgrades in there, this is £60,000 plus worth of vehicle. I bought the vehicle about 2 years ago for £45,000. It's an excess spec, it's got every extra you can imagine in a Puma. And then we added the interior, we added the LED lights, we added the NAS step, ORE wheel carrier. It's got all of it, guys. So guys, I really appreciate you watching this channel and dropping comments below that are really helpful and help me grow, especially the people that are positive. Anyway, you see this beautiful 90, I am going to raffle it, and I'm going to raffle it for £30 a ticket. I want to keep this raffle nice and short. It's going to be a 2-month raffle, right? And I'm going to give this car away for just £30. So please buy a ticket, guys, and stay tuned to YouTube because I am going to drop some discount codes on there. So for those people that support me as a business and an individual, I would really appreciate it if you buy a ticket, because I want to build some awesome cars. So I need to sell this one to build another better one.